Good to see you too. All right, so I guess this is the start of the paradox of eternal life. And so welcome to the new series of classes. Welcome to the new series of classes. This is different. It's amazing how everything unfolds. So actually I want to stay right here in the quiet space that I find myself and share it with you you could call the paradox of eternal life. We're stepping right into it. And if you wonder what it is, that's great. So you're definitely going to get an answer to that in these classes that we come together. And the idea of paradox will become very obvious too. In the paradox that we're actually talking to each other here in an apparent existence. That's already paradox enough, I would say. But anyway, so to immediately go to the place that is changeless, at least go in the direction of the place that is changeless in our consciousness, I found some words, or they came to me literally. It's like suddenly there's something coming to me. Like, that's an amazing idea too. Suddenly there's a phrase coming to me. It's like, oh, that is so beautiful to use in the meditation for today. That's unbelievable. So I knew it had to come from the lesson 167. There's one life, and that I share with God. So in order to, in fact, say dissolve, if you want, the whole idea, dissolve the whole idea of paradox, there is just one life, and that we share with God. It's like, and with each other, of course, like, which is included in all of the ideas. So I would love this this series of classes to be, a real consciousness stretch for you, and this is how I prepare it too. And actually I'm using a book from Master Teacher, and when you use that, when you read that book, I think that the whole chapter of the paradox of eternal life, which is a book in itself, the one chapter with this title is about 35 pages, I think, or 40 pages. So this is Master Teacher speaking in a continuous flow of so much energy and inspiration. And so just tiny crumbs of it I took out and magnified it, like really put it in place in a visual way. You could already see that on Instagram. Like you can see this in a different way. It becomes also like a whole different way of expression, and that's what I love. Of course, in my way of expressing this is I'm not teaching what Master Teacher teaches, or not in the way that he does it at all. So I find my own way in expressing this, but I can tell you this, is that in doing this, or doing it, so being so, say, immersed in that what is being shared, and hearing it and looking for ways to express this to you, I hope with all of my heart and being that this is becoming just as clear for you as it is in my mind. And whether I'm able to express that, whether I'm able to express it that clear, you're gonna find out. What do you want me to do? So so that's an important part too, to remember, to keep in mind. Like, let this be very clear to you. Allow yourself to go totally beyond your intellect, and at the same time stand with your feet on the ground, which is quite an interesting idea. So here's one start that I could, like, if I can share with you the total paradox of this place that you find yourself in, is and to bring it back to your day-to-day existence experience, knowing that there's something else, enjoying though what's going on here in a certain sense. It's like today I just as an example, I bumped into my, or I went and visited my, say, a grandchild. I can say like my grandchild, but it's like the grandchild is born. Now you see then a baby, a very small baby that is glued to the mother, glued to the mother, needing that warmth and connectedness and closeness, just drinking, sleeping, and all doing all these things, but in a very intimate way, as if it's still in the belly, or if it's still physically one with the mother. And seeing that as like, well, the picture of that is like, well, if that isn't a paradox of where we find ourselves in, that's unbelievable. Like you could say the love of the child for the mother, or the oneness with the mother and the child, is so complete and whole that it goes beyond temporalness, like it is an expression of the infinite love that you are, and the innocence becomes very obvious. So like in the enjoyment of that, forgetting about the image in a certain sense, but seeing actually what is occurring is then the expression of an innocence that is beyond words and beyond thoughts, but it's absolutely melting every heart. So this is like the incredible power of you as a baby Christ is an absolutely incredible expression of this love that is expressing itself in every part and like in every aspect, even of this existence, if you take a really good look at it. So in other words, like even though it appears to be a temporalness that seems to be part of an incredible drama called the human existence, if you dislodge from the image, you actually see something occur that is absolutely incredible to witness, and yeah, so you could really see like that as a total expression of the paradox that apparently appears to be there, but in the end it is not there, because it dissolves as you see the innocence and the say grandeur of what is actually occurring. So that was I had like, well, this is a great example of that, in order to see, yes, you're here, you choose temporarily for an existence, for a human existence. You chose for that, to come here, to bring this world with you, to start catching glimpses of something that's beyond this completely, and finding yourself in a borderland or in a transition from this human state of being to a recognition of the eternal life that you are. And so in this temporal place where we actually meet now too, it's like, this is temporal. We still use like temporal devices or whatever, temporal ways to catch glimpses of the eternal. So even that is a transition too, and it will not stop. Like life is expanding continuously into eternity. So it is a whole different quality altogether. So keeping that in mind, and when I said mind, but whatever, it's like keeping that in mind and using it also in this series. I try to say, bring it back to your everyday experience in a certain sense, as far as you can go with that, but also making it very clear where exactly is where the two worlds don't meet. You know, that's really good to discover too. So that's really what is occurring, especially in this first episode that we do now. Like there's a lot of that where you actually discover, oh, I'm trying to mediate between spirituality, daily life, and like I try to mediate and make a blend of it, and that brings a lot of conflict. In fact, that doesn't really work the way I thought it would, and so you swing back and forth, you know, between the worlds, if you want, or the ideas, and try to melt them into one, and that doesn't seem to work. So that's interesting. I will use more examples on the way as we go. And so for now, I love to go back to the stillness, or to come back into the stillness that we started this meeting with. So this is, us meeting in this place, using some words from the lesson 167 of A Course in Miracles. I use this because of the incredible pureness and clarity that is actually being given in this one paragraph. So I will not let you wait any longer. So here's the text that I want to use, and we do it a little different, in the sense that if you need to repeat these words for yourself, just open your eyes and read them again. So what I want to do is this. It's like, I'm going through this. I'm sharing this with you. I'll share, like literally speak this, say these words, so to speak. Then we will be quiet for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So it's like, just use this that you read. You can open your eyes when you lost track for a moment, or who knows what happens, or you get distracted. So you come back to this. It's like, stay right here. Try to be right here. Just sit down and be here. Really. But I really need you to be here. Thank you. So I'm going to share these words, and then we will be quiet 5 to 10 minutes, and give it everything. Allow yourself to become so deeply still, or whatever occurs, allow that to be there for a moment. Accept that completely. And then after 10 minutes or so, I'm coming back with a song and with some music, and take it from there. Thank you so much. God creates only mind awake. He does not sleep. And his creations cannot share what he gives not. His creations cannot share what he gives not, nor make conditions which he does not share with them. The thought of death is not the opposite of two thoughts of life. Forever unopposed by opposites of any kind, the thoughts of God remain forever changeless, with the power to extend forever changelessly, but yet within themselves, for they are everywhere. God creates only mind awake. He does not sleep, and his creations cannot share what he gives not, nor make conditions which he does not share with them. The thought of death is not the opposite to thoughts of life. forever unopposed by opposites of any kind. The thoughts of God remain forever changeless, with the power to extend forever changelessly, but yet within themselves, for they are everywhere.